I will be doing a quick tank review for the Soviet Tier 7 medium tank, the T-43. This vehicle, for all intended purposes, it is a slightly improved version of the T-34-85. This vehicle I have a mixed opinion on. It's a good and it's a bad Tier 7 medium tank to use. You can do quite well in the T-43 if you know what you are doing in the vehicle. The T-43 and a few other mediums at Tier 7, they are the best mediums at this tier. Most mediums at Tier 7, they are not that good, or they are just average. Let's get into the vehicle stats now. The T-43, when you have the vehicle fully upgraded, you will have 1,100 hit points, which is a modest amount of hit points. You can take a couple of hits before you are killed. Watch out for howitzers or even larger caliber guns that can kill you quickly enough. This vehicle can weigh up to 37.3 tons. My setup, it is about 35 tons. With the 35 ton setup and the 600 horsepower engine, I can easily reach the top speed when I am on flat terrain or going downhill. The horsepower to ton ratio for my setup, it is about 17 horsepower to 1 ton for having all of the best equipment mounted onto the vehicle. The top speed, it is 51 kilometers, so you can easily reach this top speed most of the time. The vehicle hold traverse, it is quite good, 38 degrees. The vehicle armor, it is good and it's bad. The armor, it is angled though, but most of the guns at Tier 7 and below can easily penetrate the T-43 armor if their gun can overpen the armor value. The vehicle armor, if you angle it just right at times and use the terrain around you to increase the armor value, you can ricochet rounds as well. The vehicle armor, it is angled from the front, 75 millimeters. If you angle it just right, you can ricochet rounds at times. Weak part of the vehicle, it is the lower glacis plate, the hatch here, and the capla. Also, these hatches and vision ports are weak parts as well. The front armor, side and rear can be penned easily enough. The side, it is 75 millimeters of armor, which can be penned easily enough. The shells at times, if they hit you, they may ricochet. But if you hit right above the track area or by the engine department, you can pen the vehicle 100% of the time. This vehicle, I generally find from the front and from the side, the crew and the modules can be damaged easily enough. From the side, I generally find that the ammo rack can be damaged quite easily, and this vehicle can be set on fire easily enough with a well-placed shot to the engine here. Rear, it is 75, and that can be penned easily enough. The gun mantelet, it is quite thick. The armor value with the angling from the front side, it is 90 millimeters plus, but most of the time, all of the guns in the game can pen the turret armor with ease. Rear, it is 90, and it can be penned easily enough. The gun itself, the top gun, it is a 85 millimeter gun, which have a decent rate of fire, 11 rounds per a minute. The loading time, it is about 6 seconds. This vehicle, the pen, it is not that good on average when you are using AP rounds. I find at times when I was using mostly armor piercing, at times I had problem penning most vehicle at a tier 7 to tier 9 that have a lot of armor when I am using armor piercing only. Now, APTR, you have a better pen, 194 millimeters of pen. I find that you have to use APCR at times if you are having a problem penning certain vehicles in the game. Even with APCR rounds, you will have a problem penning vehicles that have more than 200 millimeters. With APCR rounds, you will have problem penning vehicles with 200 millimeters of armor plus. HE, the pen, it is pretty bad, 44 millimeters. This gun, the damage, it is decent, 180 damage. You can accumulate a lot of damage with the tank gun if you can get the 11 shells to penetrate and hit their target. The gun, it is somewhat accurate, 0.37. So you can technically snipe from a distance with this gun if you must. The aiming time, it is decent enough, 2.3 seconds. The vehicle turret traverse, it is 46 degrees. The vehicle hull and turret traverse, it is quite good. So if a enemy tank choose to flank you, most of the time you can easily turn around and shoot at them, as long as they are not going faster than you are when you are turning around. The vehicle view range, it is decent enough, 370 meters. With coded optics and perks added on top, you can easily have 450 meters of view range. The radio on the tank, it is not that good. The top radio, it is a 525 meter. This radio, it is not that good. This is the one fault with the Soviet vehicles. Their radios are not good until you get into the higher tiers, tier 8 to tier 10s. That is where most of the Soviet radios begin to get good. Let's get to the research part of the vehicle now. The vehicle research, it is a straightforward grind, whether you be coming from the T-34-85 or the KV-13. If you came from the T-34-85, you will have all of the engines already researched. But if you came from the KV-13 to this vehicle like I did, you will have to research some of the engines on the tank. All of the equipment, you will have it already researched, besides the turret and the tracks. Let's begin off with the tracks. You will have to research and mount the top pair of tracks if you want to mount all of the equipment onto the tank. The top pair of tracks have a good load limit of 37 tons and a better hull traverse from 36 to 38. Engines. You have a choice of 3 engines. The way how I went about researching the engines is that I used the first engine until I got the needed research points for the top engine. The second engine, it is not worth using, as you have an extra 40 horsepower to it from the first. The top engine, it is a 600 horsepower engine, which will give you a very good horsepower to ton. You will have a very good horsepower to ton ratio with the top engine, which will allow you to reach the top speed of 51 kilometers easily enough. All of the engines here, they are transferable to the T-44, the SU-101, the SU-101 as well. Radios, you only have 2 radios to use. The 9R radio, you should have had researched this already on vehicles that uses it below TO6. The 9RM radio, you should have had researched this already on any other vehicles that uses it. The Soviet radios, they do not get to be good until you get to a tier 8 plus vehicle. The turrets. Both of these turrets are the same pretty much, but the top turret, you have to research and mount it if you want to use the top gun. The top turret, you will have better turret armor all around 90 millimeters, unlike the 80 millimeters for the front side for the first and 60 in the rear. The vehicle turret traverse, it is slightly worse, -2 degrees from 48. The vehicle view range, it is better. You have 370 meter signal range. The guns. You have a choice of 3 guns to use. The U11 gun, do not even use this. This is a good gun to use when you are at tier 5. At this tier, it is worthless. The 85mm S53 and the Top Gun here are the same gun, but the Top Gun here, it is better. The rate of fire, it is slightly worse. The pen, it is slightly better. On the Top Gun here, I generally find that I have to use APCR rounds if I want to make sure my gun, it is going to penetrate the tank, especially vehicles that have more than 144 millimeters plus of armor when I am using the Top Gun. The damage, it is increased from the first gun to the Top Gun. The accuracy, it is better on the Top Gun from .42 to .37. The aiming time, it is the same though. The vehicle, when you have have the Top Gun researched, you will have to get about 94k research points and about 2.5 million credits to unlock and purchase the T-44. Let's cover the pros and cons for the T-43 now. The vehicle pros and cons. As a Tier 7 vehicle, you will be getting yourself up to Tier 9 matchmaking maximum. How do you use the T-43? You can play it as a support vehicle, as a frontline medium tank, and as a flanking vehicle as well. What is good about the T-43? It is one of the best Tier 7 medium tanks to use, except for the pen value for the gun. The T-43, if you play it right, you can accumulate a lot of damage, especially if you are using run and gun tactics. The vehicle armor, if you angle it right at times, you can ricochet enemy rounds. Now to the cons. The Top Gun, the 85mm D5T 85 BM gun, you will have a problem penning certain Tier 7s, most Tier 8 and 9s, unless if you are aiming at a weak part, or if you are firing a PCR. The crew and the modules can be damaged easily enough. The ammo rack can be damaged easily enough, and I find the vehicle can be set on fire easily enough. The armor, for the most of the time, every single gun can penetrate and hit you. This vehicle, it plays just like the T-34-85, or if you used the Type 58 here, it plays just like that as well. Let's cover the equipment, consumables, and the ammo layout that you are going to be using in the T-43. Let's begin off with the consumables. I would go with a first aid kit, a repair kit, and for the 6 consumable slot, you can go with a manual fire extinguisher if you want to, or combat rations. This vehicle carries a good amount of ammo, 48 rounds. I generally find that I do not run out of ammo in this tank. Armor piercing rounds. If you can hit a weak part that have less than 180 millimeters of armor, you can pen most vehicles still with the armor piercing round. The APCR round, I find that I have to use this ammo type on vehicles that have a good amount of armor when it comes to Tier 7 to Tier 9s. APCR rounds will cost you 3,200 credits or 8 gold. The majority of the ammo that I use in the T-43, it would be about 50-50 when it comes to APCR rounds and armor piercing. I would carry a few HE rounds just in case if just in case if you have to reset cap or hit a thinly armored target. The equipment that I use on the T-43. I use a coated optics to increase my view range by 10% permanently. Vents to improve the tank crew and the vehicle performance as well. And the medium caliber tank gun rammer to decrease the loading time even more. The other equipment that you can mount if you want to, it is a enhanced gun lane drive. The vehicle can be damaged as well easily, so having a cyclone filter, it is a good idea as well. This vehicle can be ammo racked easily enough, so having a wet ammo rack equipped would be a good idea as well. I have two replays to show you how you can use the T-43 well enough. Let's get to them now. This replay, I will show you how you can play the T-43 as a very aggressive frontline medium tank while employing support tactics and being a flanking tank as well. Pay attention to how fast I can get to the top speed. It is less than 20 seconds and I already reached the top speed. Most of the time you can easily stay within 40 to 50 kilometers as long as you're on flat terrain. I am heading to the city here. I am going to be using the terrain here to my advantage to hide my hull and only show my turret armor. Here I am angling my armor a bit to increase the armor value, not by much, while poking out a bit to see what I can actually spot for my team. I have like 5 or 6 tanks in my area to support me when I choose to lead the charge, or they do. That A-45 there, it has decent enough armor in the front, so I have problems even penning that with AP. If I did use APCR, I could have had penned that A-45 easily enough. Right there, APCR round failed to penetrate a Tiger P front armor, but then again I was hitting at where the Tiger P armor is, where it is the thickest part of the tank in the hull or the turret there. This Cromwell here, I am going to be chasing it down. The vehicles in the city, they are surrounded for the most part. That Cromwell got away from me, but the Tiger 1 here, I get to take a shot at it to finish it off. This Cromwell. I led my shot to have a rear side shot of the Kwame. That SU-100Y. I rushed my shot trying to kill it. Here, I tried to shoot the T-29, but missed. I sat still and made sure my shot hit the detonating target. That Crusader to my right there tried shooting at me, but had problem pinning me. This Cromwell, I shoot at it from here as I have a good vantage point. I missed that shell. Now it's only 3 vehicles left: the T-25AT, KB-2, and the VK-36. Just the VK and the KB are left. Both of them are in the 2 and 1 line. I am using my speed to get into the valley quickly to finish off what vehicles remain in there. I took a nasty hit from that KB. This replay I did quite well in. I blocked about 300 damage. I did about 1200 damage with the assist damage I did on top. I did another 1300 assist damage as well. Let's go to the garage and do a brief recap of the tank. This replay, I will be showing you how you can use the T-43 as a support vehicle while accumulating a large amount of assist damage. Let me speed the replay up. I head to the right side of the map to support my team when they are doing their push. Seeing some tanks pop up on the ridgeline there, I peeked over the hill here to shoot at some of the vehicles. Afterwards, the KB-13 got into cover. One of those vehicles shot at me, making me to retreat backwards, but I shot the ELC before getting off of their view sight. Me, the Chaffee, and the Type 4, we focus our fire to take out the KB-13. With the KB-13 doubtless, I moved to the location where it was after firing at a vehicle. At this point of the match, I poked out and keep the enemy vehicle lit, which allowed me to accumulate a large amount of damage in the match. Unfortunately, I got focus fired and received some nasty hits from them. Here I remain in cover and try to shoot back at what pop over the ridgeline. That J Panther there, it would be a good idea to use APCR on it. Being on no health right now, I am being very careful as I poke out. I am a one shot for them now. This vehicle, if you get it into a hold down position and angle your turret armor, you can ricochet some rounds. Seeing my APTR rounds are being wasted here, I switch back to regular armor piercing. Being low on health, I rush my shots by trying to follow the aim before retreating backwards. Seeing the enemy's tanks are in one area, I lit them up still, so the KV-2, the T-43, and the rest of the allied tanks can finish them off. That T-20 there, I finished it off. Only 20 damage though. Now we just have to clean up the rest of the enemy team, the E-25 and the Yossi. I'm firing on the move. Most of my rounds are missing their target. This replay I did quite well within the tier 7 match. I blocked under 900 damage. I did about 1500 damage. With the assist damage I did about 2700 damage, which is quite good for lighting up those targets. Let's go to the garage and do a brief recap on the T-43. Let's do a brief recap on the T-43. The T-43, it is a fast, medium tank to use. The vehicle plays just like the T-34-85 or the KV-13. This is one of the best tier 7 mediums in game. If you play the T-43 right, you can do quite well in it. The vehicle crew and the modules can be damaged easily enough from the front or from the side. The engine, I find it is set on fire easily enough. This vehicle overall, it is slightly above average, so it is not a good medium, nor a bad medium either. I hope that you learn a thing or two about the T-43 and how to use it properly. If you like this video, leave a comment or even follow my channel as well. Good luck on the battlefield, everyone.